In 2024, the Law Foundation of Ontario celebrates 50 years of advancing access to justice. It's an opportunity to look back at our history, our continuing impact, and our vision for the future. The history of law foundations began in 1964. That year, the United Kingdom's House of Lords ruled that the interest from lawyers' mixed trust accounts did not belong to lawyers. Trailblazers in Australia and British Columbia saw an opportunity to use the funds for a good purpose and established the first law foundations in the late 1960s. This inspired benchers at the Law Society of Ontario to follow suit. Efforts in the 60s and early 70s paved the way for an Ontario Law Foundation. In 1974, the Law Society Act was amended to establish the Law Foundation of Ontario to fund legal education, legal research, legal aid, and law libraries. Importantly, the Act also prescribed that 75% of the Foundation's net revenue would go toward the province's legal aid program. The Foundation was ready to begin our good purpose. In our first granting year, the Foundation awarded close to $2.5 million to support 20 grants. By the eve of our 50th year, we had funded more than $380 million for 2,380 grants. Over time, our good purpose mandate expanded and evolved to advancing access to justice throughout the province. So, what does 50 years of advancing access to justice look like? Together with government, legal, and education partners, we have helped establish many of Ontario's leading access to justice organizations. And we continue to support them and many others with multi-year core funding. We have fostered knowledge about the law, legal systems, and legal rights, and supported law schools and justice education. We have backed hundreds of innovative community-driven ideas that have changed the way legal help is developed and delivered today. We have designed granting to address emerging community priorities and commissioned groundbreaking research. In 1992, an amendment to the Law Society Act expanded our mandate to administer a new Class Proceedings Fund. Through the Independent Class Proceedings Committee, we have provided close to $55 million to support 225 class actions benefiting vulnerable groups and the public interest. And finally, we have contributed $1.6 billion to Legal Aid Ontario, increasing critical legal services for low-income Ontarians. The collective impact of these efforts means that people across Ontario have more knowledge, choices, and access to legal help than ever before. On our golden anniversary, we're looking ahead with an ambitious 5-year strategic plan. We're focused on building capacity inside and outside our organization, on broadening collaborations across the legal and nonprofit sectors, and on deepening our commitments to diversity, equity, inclusion, and truth and reconciliation. In our 50 years, we have provided more than $2 billion in funding to grants, class actions, and Legal Aid Ontario. We are grateful to the Trailblazers who sparked this legacy and feel deeply privileged to have worked with such a diverse group of partners over all these years. But there is still much to do in transforming how people understand and use the law to improve their lives. Together, we will honor our good purpose origins by continuing to evolve and advance access to justice for people across Ontario.